Time for the main event.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So it looks like we have all the information for what exactly carries over from Dead or Alive 6 to Dead or Alive 6 Last Round. That includes DLC, what game saves, everything. What exactly carries over. They have it all nice and listed out here on their website. Let's go over to it and check it out. Alright, I will leave a link in the description down below. Let's get into this. It says, regarding Dead or Alive 6 DLC and or save data, what carries over exactly? Circle can be carried over, triangle limited carryover, and X cannot be carried over. And they have a nice little thing here for what does and doesn't carry over. So let's get started. DLC. It says costumes. Standard version, yes. Free-to-play version, yes. Your costumes will carry over to both versions of the game. Previously purchased costumes can be carried over. Not yet purchased characters can be carried over if purchased. Not yet purchased characters can be carried over if purchased. Okay, so if I'm reading this correctly, if you haven't bought the character to unlock in the Core Fighters version of Last Round, but you did buy it in Dead or Alive 6, that character will carry over. I was a little worried about the wording here. I'm like, wait a minute, are they going to make you rebuy characters for the free-to-play version? No, it looks like any characters that you purchase, let's say you only play as one character and that's all you care about, well, if you purchase any characters individually for the free-to-play version, they will carry over along with all the costumes. Now, next one is costumes, collaboration characters. Standard version, no. This is the Mai Shiranui and Kula Diamond. And free-to-play version, no. Those, unfortunately, because they are third-party characters, guest characters, I'm guessing the license had to be renewed. So, unfortunately, it's a new license. It was probably the only way to get Mai and Kula Diamond back in the game. So unfortunately, we have to rebuy all of the costumes came with them. That's a huge bummer, but I guess it is what it is. I'd rather have them in the game than not in the game. It just sucks that they're costumes that we paid for. If you bought the introduction pack like I did, I bought both characters with all their costumes. That sucks. They should give us a little bonus here or something. I know they have like a little ticket system built into the PlayStation 4 version of the game. Maybe they'll give us some free tickets to purchase costumes if you have purchased those two characters in the last game. Give us something. Because they haven't really been marketing this, or they haven't talked about this game like at all. They've just been showing tiny little snippets, and I'm a little worried because we're getting really close to the launch day. Next up is additional characters. Both of them are X'd out, but let's read here. It says, number 1, standard version will have 29 playable characters from the start. Separate character licenses purchases are required for Mai Shiranui and Kula Diamond, as I stated. Number 2, in the free-to-play version, Core Fighters, the 4 characters Kasumi, Marie Rose, Honaka, and Nico are playable from the start. So there you go, for the free-to-play version. That's pretty cool. Premium tickets. Okay, so this is a bummer, because I almost bought some, because I haven't really been buying anything for base game DOA 6, because I'm afraid what exactly carries over. That's why I'm making this video. So if you have a bunch of premium tickets that you haven't used yet in Dead or Alive 6 on the PlayStation version, because that was a PlayStation exclusive feature, they will not carry over to the new game. So premium tickets from Dead or Alive 6 PlayStation 4 cannot be used in this title. So make sure if you have any tickets left over in the base game Dead or Alive 6, I wish they stated this, I don't know when they posted this information, but it was a PlayStation only feature. If this was on like Steam and they removed that game completely and you can't use those tickets anymore, that would be a huge issue. But this is mainly just for the PlayStation version because they never really implemented it in the Xbox version or the Steam version. I know that because I own them on both systems. So yeah, if you have any tickets left, make sure you spend them because they're not going to work in the new game. And they work on costumes, they work on hair color options and all that kind of stuff. So again, if you have any tickets left over, make sure you spend them. All right, hair color change. Hair color cannot be changed in this game. So that whole feature that they added for the PlayStation 4 version of the game, where you could change the character's hair by using tickets, is gone in this game completely. That kind of sucks, because that was really cool. You could make their hair like blue, green, white. You could literally go in and change all the main character's hair. I don't know why they would remove that feature. That's a huge feature. In fact, I thought they were going to go the opposite route and make it to where it would be in all the versions of the game. Maybe they'll patch that in later and introduce it later if the game takes off, but not being able to change the hair color like we could in the PlayStation 4 version, that sucks. And I'm glad I didn't waste any tickets on doing that, because I almost did. I was holding off, waiting to see what carries over in the new game before I spend any more money on the base Dead or Alive 6. So keep that in mind. The hair color options will not carry over to the new game. That really sucks. All right, on to save data, owned items, costumes, yes, in both the standard and free-to-play version of Last Round. Hairstyle, so that's not color, it's just the different hairstyles I had, so like ponytails, Honaka with her straight hair, Tina with her different hair, all that kind of stuff. If you've unlocked them, they will carry over to the new game. Glasses, same thing, carry over to the new game. Titles, so now titles are, if you've ever played a fighting game, you know what titles are. There's a bunch of different ones for each character. I feel like they're kind of universal, but there are special ones for each character, and those are limited to which ones carry over. It says not all collaboration titles can be used. I'm guessing the ones with Mai Shiranui and Kula Diamond. All right, now background music, everything carries over. So there's a lot of background music you can unlock in the base Dead or Alive 6. I'm glad that that carries over. Dead or Alive Quest. I was really hoping they would remove the quest mode, because it's literally the stupidest thing I've ever seen in the fighting game. It's basically like little mini challenges it's kind of like the Mortal Kombat challenges, but not good. So the DOA quest part of the game was probably my least favorite aspect of this. I'd much rather have like team battles back, or some other different kind of modes, maybe like 4v4 or tag out. Well, that's what tag team is, but you know what I mean, like a different match type rather than a quest mode. And if it is a quest mode, it should have been a little different, because I don't know, I wasn't a fan of the quest. But all your DOA quest progress carries over. That's good, because now I'll probably go play it after I make this video. Ooh, your tutorial and command training progress carries over. That's really good, because the last two trophies I need are literally the tutorial and the command training one. I suck at doing combos and stuff in these games, any fighting game. I managed to pull it off in the Dead or Alive 5 and Dead or Alive 5 Last Round. I just never really got around to finishing it. Those are the last two trophies I need in this game. I got 100 wins or 100 matches, all that kind of stuff. I already did that online. I literally only need the command training and the combo training one. So yeah, I'll be playing this quite a bit, trying to get those, because I'm curious if it's going to share the same trophy set, or if it's going to be a whole new trophy list, because it is a PS5 version of the game. So we might get a whole new list, and if you have the platinum, I'm curious if it's going to auto-pop and give you another platinum. That would be really cool for those of us that got the platinum. Anyway, combo training, DOA encyclopedia, and the trivia will all carry over to the new game. User data, your grades. Oh, now this is a bummer for those of you that play online, ranked and everything. Your grades will not carry over to the new game. That's probably so that everybody starts clean slate. It's level playing field, and everybody's on the same level, so everybody has to start over. Grade points, same thing. Grade levels, character points, owner points, pattern parts. Ooh, pattern parts. That's gonna suck, because pattern parts, if I remember correctly, that's how you unlock the costumes, right? So if you have a set of costumes that have a certain amount of parts that aren't unlocked yet, let's say it has like 300 of 500 or something, that will not carry over. But if you have the costume unlocked outright, or glasses or anything, those will carry over. So you've already unlocked those costumes in the game, not the paid ones, the ones that you unlock in game. I know there's not very many. Those will carry over to the full game. So that's good to know, but that kind of sucks. So if you have any lingering pattern parts that you're trying to unlock for certain costumes, go get that done now so that they're unlocked in the new game if you are in fact buying the new game. Results, fight trends, none of this carries over. Option settings do not carry over. Closet, costume settings don't carry over. So if you have it set up to where certain characters have certain costumes on for like your quick select with certain hairstyles and stuff like that, it looks like all that's going to be reset, but you can just go back in and do it real quick. Costume settings, options, all that kind of stuff. Replay data obviously won't carry over. And then down here it says save data and DLC costumes can be carried over from Dead or Alive 6 core fighters. DLC costumes for Mai Shiranui and Kula Diamond cannot be carried over. We already knew that. Details on how to carry over data will be announced at a later date. Hopefully it's just you start the game and it does that automatically. Network play between Dead or Alive 6 and Dead or Alive 6 Last Round is not possible. That's actually kind of a bonehead thing because now you're limiting the player base. But I guess if the new version of the game has faster frame rate, better visuals, and they really needed a rollback netcode for this game and crossplay with other versions of the game, because then that would be a huge selling point. Hopefully they can patch that in. I'm guessing they're putting it out there. They're going to see how it does. And then if it does really well and gets some sales going for the franchise, maybe they'll add that in later in a patch. I think this is testing the waters because the franchise has been pretty dead since this game came out, no pun intended. So I'm guessing this is a huge test to see if people still care about Dead or Alive. And based on how much money this game makes, I'm guessing is going to be the funding limit for Dead or Alive 7. So I really hope this game does well. I doubt it will, but I hope it does well enough to really get the funding that Dead or Alive 7 needs. That's why I'm covering the game on the channel, and that's why I'm buying it for a second time. Or should I say for a fourth time, because I've bought this Dead or Alive 6 on pretty much every platform, mainly because it went down to like $10, $8 with all the DLC. Well, not all the DLC, but for the deluxe edition of the game. I'll say that. Anyway, so there you have it. That is what carries over to the new game. Hopefully this helps you out. If it did, leave a like and comment down below. Are you mad about what does and doesn't carry over? What's the thing that annoys you the most? And what thing are you most looking forward to in Dead or Alive 6 Last Round? Thank you for watching, and as always, stay frosty.